You studied? You studied this time?
No.
You didn't?
No.
You're going to wing it?
Sure.
All right. So
Okay.
fifth time's the charm, y'all.
All right, here we go.
Charm. Or sixth. Whichever. I lost count.
Yeah, okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
We are Greg and Mike, and this is our theme song. We are Greg and Mike, and this is our theme song. We are Greg and Mike, and this is our theme song. We are Greg and Mike, and welcome to our show.
All right.
All right.
Now that we remember to plug the microphones in.
Yeah, I felt no pressure because I nailed it the first time we did it.
So, welcome to episode 12
Yes.
of the Worst Best podcast on YouTube. That's right. The one and only, the IRL podcast. Because this is real life. We are not simulations.
No, we're
not
definitely
NPCs.
No, we're not.
100%. We never, ever,
Glitch at all.
never.
Never.
Not even a
It's
little tiny bit.
Not a bit.
Everybody's like, the glitches are so funny. That joke's getting way.
I don't know what they're talking
Well,
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me either. It's nuts. But anyway, I am your host, that guy named Mike. And to my right, some say he would be my right-hand man. But I call him the Silent Bob to my Jay. My hetero life mate. The Robin to my mother-flipping Batman. And it's that other guy named?
I'm Greg.
He's Greg. And he'll be Gregging all episode.
You're going to Greg the hell out of it today.
He Gregs the hell
Yeah.
out of being a Greg.
I Greg into my sleep.
You do.
Yeah.
And like the one episode where I'm like, you Greg hard. You Greg more hard than most Gregs I know.
I do.
As hard as the other Greg. That's my other best buddy.
That's right.
My two best friends are both named Greg. And I will take my Greg tandem against any other Greg tandem in the fucking universe.
You're like the middle of like the Greg Oreo. Ooh, the
legit.
Greg Oreo.
I'm the cream in the Greg Oreo.
That's not disturbing at all.
No.
The mind of ill repute explodes.
You are welcome.
Anyway, this show is not brought to you by...
Oh my God. Winco Foods brand. Pink grapefruit, 0-calorie flavored seltzer water.
So this is what happens when you're not good enough for Fresca. Winco pink grapefruit.
I was going to say, if it wasn't Winco brand, I would have been like, dude. So like Bargain Market had a sale and Greg was all about it.
That's right.
Because usually some of your other drinks in the past were like, well, Bargain Market.
Oh, God.
And I went in and got cucumber pineapple pear.
No,
it was like, what
like,
the fuck, man?
Yeah, no, it was like cucumber pork
Cucumber
soda.
pineapple pear.
Pork soda, Primus.
So,
anyway,
you guys are in for a fucking treat. Because this is only the second time we've done this on video. The first time we had no graphics and no music.
Right.
But this time we have both.
I cannot wait for this.
And so without further ado,
yes,
welcome to one of my favorite segments of all the iterations of our show.
Yeah.
And it is, what would Dolan do?
What would Dolan do?
You ready?
What would Dolan? Christopher Dolan do? 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 Nice.
He's Dolan.
And I did
Yes.
kind of fuck that up too.
So this what would Dolan do, Greg? If you guys don't know, it's a type of guess that scenario. But instead of guessing that scenario, he has to guess what Christopher Dolan would do. So I proposed to Christopher Dolan a scenario
Yes.
that would only happen if he became as famous as our favorite guy and his favorite guy, the living legend himself, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
So if he was that famous, like if we were able to get him on like a season of fucking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? As like maybe Cricket's other like homeless buddy, like, dude, that would be fucking amazing. So I'm like, you imagine you're famous and you're on a Diddy party. It's a pleasure cruise, right? You're like, oh, Diddy party on a pleasure cruise. But here's the catch. Diddy's got a Diddy. So, oh, you're one of the new guys. You're a new famous person. Okay, well, guess what? Oh, it's past midnight. Oh, what's that? Freak off time. So we've been hearing about all these weird freak off parties. So Diddy pulls up to Dolan. It's like, yo, welcome to the club.
Now, if you want to picture Dolan, think of the video to Beastie Boys Sabotage. You know that video?
Yeah.
Like the old 70s
Well, they saw the
cops.
dancing heads.
Well, okay. Well, like body-wise, like he's just kind of one of those guys that looks like
he looks like
been,
Mike D?
Yeah, he looks like...
So what you want? So now I have to find Mike D from the Sabotage video and then Photoshop Dolan's head on it. Thanks, Mike, for making more work for yourself.
Yeah, put it here.
No, not doing that.
Anyway,
not doing that.
Anyway, Dolan looks like he'd be a 70s cop. I just kind of feel that. With like a brown...
With the fucking aviators and the butterfly collar shirt.
Yeah, with like a brown and yellow like stripe.
Big old fat tie that goes halfway
Huge
down.
tie. Yeah.
Dude, we're on the
Smoking
same page.
1,000 cigarettes.
Yeah. So, he's at a Diddy party.
Yeah.
Diddy says, all right, man, I'm going to pay you $10 million, but you got to go into one of 4 cabins in the yacht. Now, you got to be submissive and you have to do whatever freaky deaky shit the person in that room wants you to do for 1 hour for $10 million.
1 hour.
Cabin number 1.
Cabin number. God.
And by the way, this is a Halloween party. It's a Halloween pleasure cruise.
Okay.
Right? So, cabin number 1, he's got to go in and do whatever. John Cena dressed up as Xena the Princess Warrior, a.k.a. John Cena.
Princess Warrior?
Yep. There's a picture. Enjoy. So he's got to either, that's cabin number 1. He's got in there and do whatever John Cena wants him to do. Freaky dicky for 1 hour. Cabin number 2. Danny DeVito dressed up as Man Cheetah from season 12, I believe.
What the fuck is Man Cheetah?
Man Cheetah. There's the picture.
Okay, I'm pretending like I'm looking at it.
Pretending like he's looking at the picture that's clearly there.
Yeah.
Okay. Man Cheetah. He's got to do whatever Danny DeVito
says. Where does Man Cheetah come from?
You got to watch the show, man.
What? Which one?
You got homework to do now. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Season.
I watched that. Because I watched. There was a point where I binge watched the entire series.
His wife Leah is actually in the new season. She plays like a random lady in an apartment building. Anyway, door number 3. You in the fucking Seahawks dress. Chicka bow wow, chicka bow wow. Let it soak in.
I was one.
Let it soak in.
Which one are you gonna show?
I'm gonna cover the cleave.
Oh, yeah. The man tits.
Yeah, okay. I'll make sure. I'm saving you your dignity.
Thank you.
A little bit.
Oh, I'm wearing a black shirt. Imagine that.
But you are still in a Seahawks dress.
Okay,
and I know you'll at least be gentle.
Right. Well, I told the story right on the show. Yeah, I lost a bet. Niner fan.
So door number 4. Jay-Z Lee Curtis. So Jay-Z dressed up basically like a white Karen. Enjoy.
Wow.
So, which scenario which door does Dolan pick?
Okay.
And here's the thing. If you get it right on the first try, I have to eat a chicken wing with the bomb on it.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm going to give you an out and saying I understand and respect your enthusiasm for the show.
Yes.
I'm telling you don't have to do that.
Hey, I fucking said it. I got a man up. I'm a man of my word.
Okay. All right. So it is John Cena, Princess Warrior, me.
You in a Seahawks dress.
Danny DeVito
as Man Cheetah.
Man Cheetah.
And Jay-Z Lee Curtis.
Jay-Z Lee Curtis
dressed up like a white Karen.
Okay. Well, I know what okay. There's a difference between what I want him to pick
and what you know he'll pick.
What I know he'll pick. So I want him to pick me because I'm in charge.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Ooh,
yeah. So I want to pick that one as the first one, but I feel like you threw down on the bomb. So I feel like I really got to give him my best effort here. So I want him to pick me because I'm in charge and make him do all the weird fucking shit. I actually maybe I don't.
We forced the Danny DeVito thing on him. That was never his thing. That was always my thing. And now he's stuck with it.
And the third one is Jay-Z Lee Curtis. Okay. By the way, Jamie Lee Curtis is a close personal friend because I made eye contact with her in Nashville. We're at the Olympics in Arizona or excuse me, Atlanta. And we sat down on a bench and I heard this voice and I was like so hungover. And I turned around and she looked at me and she's like, please please stay away from my family. And so I just kind of like nodded. Best friends, you know. Anyway,
now
so
you guys Facebook each other.
Yeah, right.
Or well, Facebook her. She blocks you.
I Facebook her all the time, but no response. Anyway, okay. I think honestly, Dolan is going to pick. Oh man, this is I don't know. I think he's going. You know what? I'm going to get a little egotistical here. I'm going to pick me.
And
kind of okay with that.
Now I don't got to eat the bomb.
No, you don't. No, do I have to eat one now because I picked the wrong one?
Yeah, Ethan, Wheel of Pain. I know I told you we weren't going to use it, but we're using it.
Yeah.
So Ethan's going to spin.
Ethan, our producer,
and tell us what it is.
So I'm actually kind of glad he didn't pick me because that's a lot of pressure.
Right.
You know, I controlled Dolan for an hour. Yeah.
The last dab.
The last dab. Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
Scoops. All right.
Wow, just starting off. Yeah.
Sean. How's Sean do it?
So this is when Winco's going to bring me home today, baby.
How about there? And you can smudge.
I'll swaddle it around.
This shit is like insane in the membrane.
Okay, is that?
Yeah, go ahead, man. The last dab. It actually tastes really good for like the first 10 seconds. And then you're like, oh, it's starting to get hot. And then 10 minutes later, you're like, why is it continuing to get hotter? It's stopped tasting good a long time ago.
Right away.
And today was our first 80-degree day. It's officially summer in Washington. Holy shit.
Oh, damn. I wasn't ready.
It's not Greg. So we're down to John Cena, Princess Warrior, Danny DeVito as Man Cheetah, or Jay-Z Lee Curtis.
Is it Jay-Z's face on Jamie Lee Curtis's body?
Well, it's Jay-Z dressed up as Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, no, okay.
So, you know, not the same body, bro. Sorry. It's still Jay-Z's body. Just like John Cena is not going to have her body.
I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with. I'm not going to go with John Cena because, like, maybe John Cena is like this absolute freaking animal, you know, and he's huge. So, like, or maybe that's what Dolan likes. I don't know, to get manhandled. Sorry, not sorry, Dolan. I'm gonna go with Danny DeVito as Cheetah Boy.
The Man Cheetah?
Man
Danny
Cheetah.
DeVito Man Cheetah?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Because he's like the least threatening.
And it's Danny DeVito!
Yeah.
It's like, dude, there's a theme. Next time I'm gonna be different versions of Danny DeVito just to make it harder. Yes, there we go. And Dolan, you're welcome, bro. We're still a 3-man campaign to get you to meet Danny DeVito someday.
Yeah.
Just because he's going to be like, you know what? I want to meet this Dolan guy. Who apparently I wasn't his favorite actor. Mike and Greg forced it upon you.
Maybe he really wants to meet him.
You never know. But hey,
you get stolen for an hour.
How badass would that be if, through all of our efforts, a year or two from now, maybe we get more than 94 fucking subscribers? We actually make something happen? I would love the shit out of that.
So in my baseball career, my goal was to have someone ask me for an autograph. Mm-hmm. That's all I ever wanted. Never got that big in playing. Never got someone ask me for an autograph. But I feel like in this show, like. Is that our pinnacle? Is if we make contact with Danny DeVito? Yeah, I think so.
I think that's when we peaked. We peaked when Danny DeVito embraces us like we're actually family. Yeah, a loving embrace from Danny DeVito. Yeah. That's how you know you've made it. Yeah, in my world anyway. So
yeah, that's it's the
so you guys
Danny DeVito effect.
We hope you enjoyed. Yes. Our third version of What Would Dolan Do since
I love you, Dolan.
Went from Spotify to YouTube. Yeah. So. There you go, buddy. All right. What's your guess that scenario then?
I've got to guess that scenario. I heard about this story on the radio or whatever, and I was like, "Is this true?" So I looked it up, and yes, it was. All right. So I'm just going to get right to it. True?
That's basically, like I said, like we basically look up on Snopes and shit. Like, is it false? No, it's good. I can cover it.
Yeah.
And we also make sure they have endings now. Because back in the day, we would do stories and be like, what happened? I don't know. The story ended. Like, they never discovered who the dead old lady was in the abandoned house. Nope. The end. They just found a dead old lady. Nobody cares who it was.
We were so into like the grossness of the stories that we could find. Mud shrimp.
And some of them I would get on there and be like, this story just goes ... and then it's over.
So that means it's true. That means it's true.
And Snopes was like,
yeah, I mean, doesn't mean it's not true.
Yeah. There's only one story in one newspaper that's of the smallest town in Louisiana.
Dude, oh God, that stuff is not going away. Anyway, here we go. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
And this is like the kind of story, like the scenario is kind of story that was like perfect for the old show. So I had to like ask like three of our biggest fans. I had to ask Marie, the remote perquisitor. I had to ask Melissa from the place we used to not work, and my daughter Claire, who I talked to this morning, and they were like, "Nope, you never told that story." So here we go.
Good.
Officials said a Waco, Texas man, home of the Branch Davidians.
Waco. The Branch, that's right.
22-year-old Michael Daniel was charged with this while being under the influence of a synthetic drug. Is believed to have been on a bad trip from ingesting K2 or spice. It's a synthetic cannabis.
So I know what it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like, and you hallucinate and do all kinds of weird shit.
I actually did science on that shit because when I worked in the hospital, there was a 14-year-old kid whose brother dared him to, like you're shotgunning a beer.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
with a beer bong.
I'm aware.
So they took a bunch of Monster energy drinks and made him fucking do that with Monster energy drinks, and then he smoked a whole bunch of that shit.
Oh.
Had a full-on fucking panic attack, thought he was gonna have a heart attack and fucking die. He fucking got rushed to the emergency room. Dude, I had to do close observation on this kid, man. And dude, I swear to God, for like 2 hours, he's just like, oh my God, dude, am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? Then oh my God, it hurts. And I'm like, dude, calm down, man. I just started telling him stories. I'm like, man, you remind me of my son. He's like, oh yeah, what's your son's name? And I'm just like, oh fuck, he doesn't remind me of any of them. Okay, so like, Ethan, you remind me of Ethan. And I like start telling him, like literally all I could do to get this kid to calm down was talk about video games and sports and like other shit that I knew he was into. And I'm like, well, so what's your video game? I literally just talked to him nonstop until he forgot about his panic.
Wow.
Then after a couple hours, I'm like, do you feel any better? And he's like, a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's the guarana and ginseng and the sugar and the caffeine, it's all wearing off now. And oh, by the way, so I went and looked it up. So there's two cannabis, there's the CB1 and CB2 receptors in the brain.
Okay.
Right? So when you smoke natural marijuana, okay, the cannabinoid molecules, they adhere to both. Okay? The synthetic shit only adheres to the CB2 receptor, which is associated with the extreme euphoria, paranoia, right? The paranoia.
Nice.
So people that smoke weed, they're like, oh my God, they get all freaked out and scared. Yeah. That's the CB2 receptor. So basically what I found out when like you look up the science, and it's like, so synthetic marijuana attaches itself to the part of the brain that's associated with all the worst parts of smoking weed. None of the cool shit, like, I want to listen to Led Zeppelin and fucking Pink Floyd. Nope, you're in your car like, oh my God, is that a cop behind me? What the fuck is going on? My mom's going to know. Everybody, do my eyes red? Dude, you're like instantly fucking paranoid as shit. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. No wonder that's illegal now. You're fucking like Navy kids. So the biggest problem was we would have all sorts of these fucking Navy kids that would come in, because we were in Bremerton. Right. We're in the Puget Sound, Washington. Dude, we got these huge shipyards, right? And in Bremerton, our hospital is less than 2 fucking miles from the shipyard, and there's like 8 bars. So these dudes are fucking going out to drink, and they're buying this fake spice at the gas stations, and like, dude, I'll pass the piss test. That was the only reason they were smoking it, because they would pass a piss test if they got piss tested. So now you got fucking drunk, hyper paranoid fucking sailors all beating the shit out of each other over one drunk hot girl that is going.
The barfly.
She's leaving with the local dude who's like the gang member guy who's like just there to sell them fake weed. Like, I don't know, it's just, I just experienced that working at a hospital, and I'm like, wow.
So what you're saying is, marijuana. You know what it is.
Good job, man. Dude, they had AK-47. So like, some of the names were actually the brand name of the different spice. And what it was is created a chemical, and then they were buying these weird exotic plants from like around the world that were harmless to smoke. Like they had really low carbon particulates to them, and they would just fucking soak that shit in that chemical, and that was your fake marijuana.
Okay.
So you're getting a bag of like random plant matter from like 5 different plants from around the world. They're safe to smoke. Dude, that dog don't hunt, man. Like,
wow.
These businesses were probably ran by fucking like really shady fucking like Russian fucking mob organizations where it's like, hey, Dmitry, buy more hog weed from Czechoslovakia. Or spray with these chemicals.
Or those electronic stores, Sony Guts. Sony Guts.
Sony Guts inside. It's all the same.
So what do you want? Sony Guts.
The Russian dude, what was that fucking Armageddon movie? The Russian guy up there, and he's like, the space station's like breaking down, and he's like, Russian components, American components, all made in Japan. And I was like, fuck, there's some truth to that, dude.
There's some truth.
Holy shit.
That was Armageddon with Bruce Willis, and that dude that played that Russian guy.
Yeah.
He was like also in Minority Report. Yeah. Like he was in like he's one of those actors that he's like in a ton of shit. But like you're like, oh, there's that guy again. Yeah.
He plays the Sergeant Windtalkers with like a Brooklyn accent. I'm like, whoa, you were Russian the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
He's a good actor though.
Yeah.
He's probably British.
He's versatile. Yeah, he probably is.
Because like some of my favorite actors.
Well, and he's black too.
When I was a kid, I was just like, he's the dude from the Dark Tower movie. Now I gotta show that guy. Fuck. We're gonna do a lot of.
I never saw the Dark Tower. And I'll tell you what, no, because I was a disciple of the books, and when they decided to make a movie, I'm like, there's no way they can make that story. No. That movie would have to be like 20 hours long.
With CGI, it would have to be a series of movies.
Yeah. There's no way.
What's fucked up, man? So I read most of Wizard and Glass, and then I stopped. Yeah. Which is like, I think the fifth book. Fifth book. And then, because there's the one with the aces or something, like the cards.
Drawing of the Three.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I was into the books, man. So I was super excited when the movie came out, and I'm like, hey, Roland's black?
Right, well...
Because on the cover of the second book, he's clearly a white cowboy.
Roland should be like fucking Sam Elliott.
Thank you!
Yeah.
And Matthew McConaughey is the dark man. He looked like a fucking rogue Catholic priest or something that's like, I'm off to pedo kids. Like,
No. The dark man should be like...
Are we going to get canceled because I said pedo? That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I said rape like 18 times.
Yeah, no.
I said it once on this one.
So I don't know. Harry Dean Stanton, that should be the Dark Man, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some kind of like weird.
And he should have a big cloak or something.
Or like James Woods or something, like.
He is a little bit more evil.
He is the Dark Man.
I'm expecting it like Matthew McConaughey to be like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're not scary, bro. Stop it.
If it was
the surfer dude.
If it was James Woods, they'd have to go, okay, you're going to play like a universe villain that wants to ruin every known thing, like living organism. So you're going to have to dial it down a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Because you just are
Mr.
like that
James
naturally.
Woods. Yeah.
So anyway.
So you know what?
We know what fake weed is. We don't tangent at all. Tangent is like... We... And... He's Dolan.
Our tangent meter time traveled. Right there.
It did.
Time traveled.
It blew up and then like imploded on itself and then rebuilt itself like a fucking phoenix out of its own ashes.
And you know what? Actually, again today, I was like, do we have enough? Do we have enough for a show? Anyway.
Dude, we have enough if we both bring nothing. We could just talk about current events.
Well, we did talk. We were waiting for Ethan to come home, so we sat here and talked for 45 minutes.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So he did this to another family. Okay. Did he? He went in the front yard. Did he fill colorful Easter eggs with his own excrement and mix them with the other eggs for Easter? So they had like. So he doesn't know this family either. Like they don't know who this guy is.
So he went and smoked the fake weed and then did this to people.
Did this to this people. Now there's a history of this guy doing stuff. Okay, he's like this 22-year-old, and he's in Waco, Texas. I mean, and he's not playing football for the Horned Frogs, aren't they there?
Say John Voight.
TCU, isn't TCU in Waco?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, So this is like something that.
The horned frogs.
So the point is, this is not a neighbor. Okay.
Okay.
All right. He wiped his genitals on the front door handle and was caught on Ring camera. He dug a 4 foot.
Might be mine review.
He dug a 4 foot hole overnight and tried to bury himself. He ate the family dog alive. Or he painted the entire house, including the windows. Like he painted like the whole facade, like everything.
Like in the middle of the day?
No, this is when they woke up. This is when the family woke up. They woke up to either this or seeing him do this. So it's like an AM thing.
Man, you have a lot of different choices. You really want me to eat a lot of hot sauce on these things.
I don't know if I really want to throw down.
In the next one, the 6th item is...
Okay.
So we have poop and Easter eggs.
Poop and Easter eggs.
I'm just imagining how he would facilitate that. He's just got a bucket of poop and a spoon. That seems like a lot of work.
Okay, wiped his genitals on the front door handle.
That seems like, God, that just is like, that's every day in Florida. That's Florida man shit all day long.
Okay. Dug a 4 foot hole overnight and tried to bury himself. Ate the family dog alive. Or painted the entire house, including the windows.
I want to say painted the entire house, including the windows.
So what are we betting here? If you get it right,
spins the thing. No, on the first one. If I get it right on the first one.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that.
No,
I can do that.
Ethan, spin the wheel. It's not.
No.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Oh, I misdirected.
Jedi mind tricked the fuck
I misdirected the fuck out of you right there.
Okay, spin the wheel, Ethan. So it's not painting the facade. Because I was like, all of them are so pervy and gross. That's the normal one. And so you learned from the last couple times.
Dumbass sauce.
The dumbass sauce. Where is it?
So this is good stuff.
Still hot though. It's fucking.
No, it's. I mean, they're all painful.
Yeah.
They're all like legit painful.
Or you can just put it on the wing.
Oh, I guess so.
I'm not a girl.
All right.
Soak it. I know, bitch.
All right. There you go.
I got cold drinks nearby. That's why I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay.
Does that piss water work with the
kind of? You know, I drink it as much as I'm drinking it. It still doesn't make me gay.
No. Everything else does, but not that.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you're gay makes you gay too, but.
Woo!
How we doing?
That shit hits fast. Mm.
You want to just
that one yet?
You want to keep? Yeah, I've had this.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, we're down to
holy shit.
Easter eggs, genitals, bury himself, eating the family dog alive.
I'm gonna say he rubbed his junk on the door handle on the ring cam. No! Fuck!
This is when it gets fun.
Oh shit. Spin the wheel, dude. Shit.
Wheel of Pain. Scorpion. Which one is where? I don't even know.
Tabasco Scorpion?
Oh, the Tabasco Scorpion is right here.
Yep, right there.
Okay. Do you want a wing? I'll do there. I mean, not a wing, but a drumette or whatever.
Man, I'm still not recovering from the first sauce.
Just keep going. Just keep going. We can handle this if you keep going. Okay, we are down to.
Oh shit.
We're down to Easter eggs, eating the family dog, try to bury himself.
Pooping eggs, eating dog, bury himself. I'm gonna say ate the dog.
Yes.
Holy shit, he fucking ate a raw dog alive?
Alive!
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I was thought for sure that was gonna be wrong.
He came up to the house barking and growling. So I didn't want to say that because that would have given it away.
That's like me in the pancake story. I'm like, yeah, so there was a guy that was arrested and pancakes were involved. So, like, that's the story?
But he did this in front of the family though. So witnesses said Daniel grabbed the family dog, beat and strangled it, and then started eating it. The dog died at the scene. I don't know what kind of dog it was. When I asked Marie, the remote perquisitor, she goes, "No, I don't want to hear about it," because she's like I disturbed Marie out of not wanting to have anything to do with this. That's not easy to do. He was taken to the hospital and now faces a felony charges for animal cruelty. Those poor kids.
God, dude, they're traumatized,
Those poor kids. How do you, like, if you're like at a drinking game party and it's like, what's the most fucked up thing that happened to you when you were a kid? That kid wins every single time.
Dude, reminds me. Okay, so I was in a band back in the day.
Oh, you want to?
Oh, that guy's handsome.
No. You tried to do the jaw beard.
Yeah, I did do the jaw beard.
Yeah.
That's when Everlast was popular. Anyway, so
hook me up.
I mean, what do you mean?
Oh, because you got it right.
No, I have to get it right on the first try.
Oh, okay. I was gonna sauce one. You finally got it right. But okay.
So, my buddy Roland comes to pick me up for band practice, and we're driving to band practice, and it's me and the drummer and him, and this van's coming at us, and there's a little boy, and he's got a puppy, dude. The puppy is like not full grown yet. It's a puppy. Like, it's not a baby puppy, but it's a puppy, right? And we're like, oh, yeah, little boy playing with his puppy. The puppy literally jumps out in the road to like scare the little boy. Dude, not only does it hit, we watched that dog's body tumble underneath the van and watch its legs break and twist shit. And shit. Dude, I was like, oh my God. And then as we're going by, we're all looking back through the window of the truck. All we see is a little boy going.
Oh,
that was the last as we're driving away. And like, dude, none of us like talked. Like, we didn't speak for like several minutes. And Roland was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, no shit, dude. Oh my God, man. So we get to practice, dude. We didn't even fucking practice, man. We just sat around and like shared fucked up stories about traumatizing shit that we saw as kids for like 2 fucking hours, dude. All we did was smoke pot, drink beer, and tell fucked up stories, dude. That was the worst band practice like ever. I mean, it was cool, but I was like, we were all so traumatized for what we saw, and knowing that little boy had to run down to his house and be like, Mom, Dad, just watch my dog get like mangled into pit. Dude, it was like trying to move and its legs were all broken. Dude, it was so bad. It's still kind of like, I'm like, holy shit, man. I can't believe I saw that shit. And the dude in the van didn't even stop. Once he realized what he did, he was like, Brr. He was like, I'm not going to stop. The kid's probably going to be like, I got my dog. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame the guy. Back before ring cams and cell phones. Right, holy shit, dude. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, my nose is running from that.
That reminds me of a very quick, short one that will never be able. I mean, this is not an M1. It really isn't. But we're kind of on the subject. So, my dad, when my dad was like 25 or something, he was friends with this guy that was like the original bodybuilder. He was like Tony Atlas kind of guy, and he was super strict with his kids. And he had it. Wow, was that like a hot?
Yeah.
Like.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a reverse of a silent but deadly.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, it's warm. You know, the warmer it is, the more it's going to stink.
Yeah.
That's how it hurts.
Yeah, it's so warm that
instead of stink, it burns.
Yeah, it's so warm that it's borderline moist. Yeah. Yeah. Word of the day, kids. Anyway, so this bodybuilder type dude was like, he had like a 5-year-old and 7-year-old girls, and he was like really strict with them. And they had a hamster, and the hamster got out and was like running around, and so they caught the hamster, and then he said, okay. So he sits the girls down and he goes, we're going to teach the hamster a lesson now about breaking rules and getting out when he's not supposed to. And he goes, bad hamster, and he flicks the hamster's head, and the hamster goes,
and like he broke
its neck. And so the kids were like, we're never going to leave the house, Daddy.
Oh my God, dude! Like,
and he was like, no, hold on.
Oh my God! You leave the yard, Dad's like, Come here, buddy. Time to punish you for leaving the yard with a fucking 2x4 with nails fucking sticking out it. Bend over. Daddy gotta punish you. God damn.
Wait, wow, hellscape.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You just fucked up a traumatic.
Just the real life.
You were able.
I can't talk to the hot sauce.
You were able to fuck up a traumatic story from a kid.
Yeah.
That's hellscape.
Hell,
Jesus
yeah, it is.
Christ.
Dude, because we're Gen Xers, man. We were raised by men that were like, stop being a bitch.
Yeah.
Stop being rub dirt on it. I'm like, that will make it get infected. That's dumb.
Well, I saw something that said we were 30 years old when we were 9, and we're 30 years old now that we're 50.
Yeah, like
and
the first time
that's pretty accurate.
When I saw Lord of the Flies, I was like, oh, so those kids just, like, the island is like my backyard, the woods in my backyard, because that's what me and my friends do. Where it's like, oh, because legit, dude, there was times in the summertime when I'm pretty sure my dad and my stepmom wanted to get it on or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just like, hey, go play. Don't come back till dinner time. You knew, don't come back until you're called home.
Right.
And usually it was like, why is it starting to get dark? Like, they have no idea. Like, one of us fucking broke our pinky. The other one got a fucking bloody nose because he fell out of a fucking tree. We're playing dirt clod and pine cone fucking fights with our little crappy forts that we made out of fucking rusty nails and old plywood from a fucking old abandoned home. Like, dude, that's literally growing up and playing when we were kids.
When I grew up on Mezzies Avenue in Belmont, California, and I had to stay between the stop signs, right? And
you know, I imagine like the neighborhood from Sandlot.
Yeah, more or less.
Like suburbia kind of?
Yeah, totally. And there were like a bunch of other kids, and it was like the rule, and we'd play Invasion and kick a can and like all that shit. And we actually got locked out of the house in the summertime. Like my mom worked from like 10 to 4. Like, he would lock me and my sister out, or she would lock me and my sister out of the house. And, that's how I, chef's kiss for hose water, But, there are a bunch of kids where we just played like during the day in the summertime. And then it was my dad's whistle, or the Cybers on the corner had the triangle. Like, all the kids' parents had like a distinctive like call signal thing for the kids to come home that night.
Dude, my dad, most embarrassing thing ever, my dad had the same whistle for me and the dog. Dead fucking dead. I'll even do it. And dude, he would whistle
both of you go.
Me, dude. Like, I would be at my buddy's house and the dog would go running, and then I would stay there, and then 10 minutes later, and I'm like, dude. So I went home one day and I'm like, can you stop doing the at the end? Because it makes me sound like you're calling me like I'm a fucking dog. Dude, just stop the whistle thing. And he's like, well, I'm not going to go, Mike. And I'm like, okay, so maybe like.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to feel dumb.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so the whistle, I'm like, dude, I'm literally like 12. And I'm like, dude, stop whistling me. Stop whistling for me like you're whistling for the cat, dude. Not okay. Like, I'm 12. That's fucking beyond embarrassing. My friends are like, oh, all right, better go home. You got a bowl of food waiting for you.
Better go home, pussy nap. Yeah.
Better run, little doggy. Like, God, dude, fucking embarrassing.
Wow.
And this is back when you had a fucking, it was a big Volkswagen bus, but it was like orange, like your fucking jersey, and had a brown and yellow stripe down the side.
Yeah.
Dude, 1970s called. So, and my stepmom had a fucking blue Chevy Love pickup truck that was just god awful.
LUV.
LUV. Yep. And then don't forget the 1964 green Ford Galaxy 500 that we got from the neighbor whose grandma died.
Yeah, like 8 gallons to the mile.
Dude, me and my sister came home from school and my parents were like, we got a new car. And we're thinking, oh, you got a new car. We're like, fuck yeah, you got a new car? They're like, yeah, it's out by the side of the garage. We go out there, it's a fucking 1964. It's a grandma car.
It's basically the all-American family truckster.
Dude, yeah.
From Vacation.
Dude, I'll show a picture of it. If I can find a green, it was like sparkly forest green, dude.
Wow.
Just, and the fucking seats were the pleather. Sparkly green pleather from the 70s.
Like, but it was probably called like Galaxy Green.
Yeah, some fucking bullshit. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And dude, The old shocks. This motherfucker was just on the struts. The shocks were so gone. You go over speed bump and you're like, dude. So, and I played basketball and shit. And dude, can you imagine my fucking goddamn embarrassment? I never knew which embarrassing car I was going to get picked up in. All three of them were horrible.
That's bad.
Then the newest addition was the mustard yellow GMC pickup truck, 3 on a tree. That was the
3 on a tree.
Yeah, it's the first vehicle I ever drove.
If anybody knows what 3 on a tree is, how do your knees feel when you wake up in the morning?
Dude, so the clutch was like way the fuck up here. So it was like, and like, dude, first gear was like 0 to 5 miles an hour right now. And you would floor it. You're like, I'm going 7 miles an hour. Like those things, they did not go fast, but they could pull like a fucking Sherman tank.
Those things could go almost vertical.
Yeah. So my dad bought it because we started buying boats and shit, and he wanted to take his boats out. Of course, our boats, all from the 70s and 60s.
Oh,
it was like,
everybody had to lean forward if someone wanted to get up on one ski.
Yeah. So my neighbors would have like a brand new fucking like
I didn't make that
Capri.
up. I didn't make that up. That's what we had to do during summer times.
Really?
If someone wanted to ski on one ski, everybody had to go to the front of the boat to get the prop to spin better.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So not to interrupt you.
No. Yeah. That was pretty much the story. But I mean, dude, like
we had like a 70-something like Ford Country Squire.
Yeah.
And it was like baby barf yellow. And we would always fight. Me and my sister would always fight over like who got to sit where, which meant she got the middle and I got the way back, right? Because she's older and that's the rules. So like it wasn't one of those cool ones that like split open with seats. It was just the fucking hot metal. And the rear window did not go down because like if the rear window went down, my dad had to take the whole door off to get the window back up. Yeah. So it was like enclosed. And everywhere we went, every time we went somewhere that was like more than an hour, oh, Greg's got an upset stomach. Oh, little pussy Greg. Oh, what was the word that my dad would use for me? Oh, he's a pansy.
Oh, dude.
Pansy Greg. Oh, he's got an upset tummy. You know what it was? It was carbon monoxide from the fucking engine.
Dude, my dad's favorite term when I was a kid was twit. Stop being such a little twit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Twit.
This day, being a twit. It's like an English twat.
Oh,
I guess. We used to say NARS. NARS, not
California.
Not a rocket scientist. Okay, let's go, NARS.
Oh shit, Ethan, how much time?
42 minutes.
Okay.
Oh shit, we should wrap it up then.
Okay.
Hey. All right, well shit. Until next time, folks.
All right.
Keep it strange, y'all.
This was like old time story. 42 minutes with Greg and Mike.
Fucking 2 segments.
Yeah.
But hey, what would Dolan do?
Thank you, Dolan.
Super important. Yeah. So, all right, man. Keep it strange, y'all.
Inappropriate and weird.
And like always, your weird and awkward TikTok of the day. You're welcome.
The song says chit chat, chitter whack. Chit chat, chitter whack. Chitty chitty bang bang, yeah. He's on the tack. Give me a bass line. Trying to surmise you, trying to demise you, but you've got to know who the enemy is. Yeah, let me sing through it. Them musicians pick it up. Let me just sing it through it. Come on. Chit chat. Chitter whack, chitty chitty bang bang, yeah, he's on the tack, trying to surmise you, trying to demise you, but you